Hello and welcome to another episode of Movie Reviews. Today we'll be summarizing the movie Big Love. This movie tells the story of Adil, a law school graduate, and Adina, an independent and focused woman. The movie begins with a scene where Adil is telling his parents about leaving law for something he really wants. His mom says she doesn't see why Adil wants to start afresh. She turned to her husband and asked him to help support her statement. But he told his son Adil that it is a waste of time for him to do something he would rather not be doing, which was a way of telling Adil he can go ahead with getting into finance and accounting, which is what he really wanted to do. Shortly after, Adil's aunt walked in and he tried rushing off, but she called him back, asking him to give her a peck and say hello to her properly. After pecking his aunt, Adil hugged his mom and left. Adil's mom and aunt, who were very close, sit together to gist, and Adil's dad excused them. Next, we see Adil with his brother, who is driving him to the venue of a Sterling Bank accountancy training. Amir had a one-night stand without protection, and the lady got pregnant. Adil tells his brother that he could have simply avoided it by using rubber, in quotes, and asked him what he was going to do, and he said nothing. And Adil asked him if he has forgotten who their mother is. On reaching where Adil was going to, he recognized the lady and said her name in shock. Amir told Adil to focus on what he came there for, after which Adil walked in. He got registered and was told to get to his seat when he tried walking to the lady he recognized outside. A woman stood in front of everyone and welcomed them to Sterling Bank. After her speech, they were conveyed by bus to the place where they would all be staying. The next day, they had a workout session. Adil and Adina finally talked, and we found out they went to the same school over 3 years ago. They sat to have breakfast together when Adil got a call from his off-and-on girlfriend Lola. Lola just arrived Lagos from Rwanda. Adil called someone to pick her up from the airport and take her anywhere she wanted because he was not in Lagos at the time. After classes, Adil asked Adina if they could work on the project together as partners, and she agreed on the condition that he would take it seriously, and he pledged to do so. They prepared day and night for their presentation, and after Adina spoke at the presentation, we see her crying outside, probably because she did not do well and Adil consoled her. They continued studying together. Adil was distracted in class. The tutor called his attention and asked him a question which he comfortably answered, and Adina found his intellect very sweet. They conversed over drinks later, where Adina tells Adil that his girlfriend keeps breaking up with him and coming back because he is indulging her. While they talked, Emma called and told Adil their mom is insisting that the girl that got pregnant for him should keep the pregnancy. She found out by overhearing a conversation he had with the girl. Now she has told the girl that Emma would marry her because her grandchild cannot go to another man's house. Adil and Adina aced their next presentation, and Adil put together a picnic kind of celebration for them. They ate and talked about university. Adina explained how her church sponsored her schooling down to university, which is the reason she could afford a private university. Adil asked Adina what her name meant, and she said it is the Hebrew word for delicate. Adil moved towards her and asked her if she liked him. It started raining unexpectedly. One thing led to another, and they kissed. On the final day, everyone got their results and states of posting to work in Sterling Bank. Adil and Adina opened their letters together, and Adina was so happy. She was posted to Ibadan, where she came from, and Adil was posted to Abuja. They got into an argument when Adil complained that she is refusing to see the possibility of they being together. He also asked her if she's married. She said no and walked away. Adina started work back at Ibadan branch, and they both continued having consistent communication via calls. On the call, Adil mentioned getting a transfer to Ibadan, and she asked him why he would want a transfer because of a woman. He said it's not just any woman, but a woman he loves. This statement startled Adina, and Adil told her to take it in and ended the call. Adil, Amer, and their father are seen in their living room at home. Their father asked Amer what misunderstanding he's having with his mother. Amer explained that he could just co-parent with his friend who got pregnant for him after a one-night stand where they were drunk. But his mom is insisting they get married. Adil went to Ibadan to surprise Adina. She was shocked to see him, and he found out she had a son. He carried Jaden and they went into the house. Adil told Adina he called in a few favors and got transferred to Ibadan. He told her how much he loves her and how difficult it is for him to live without her. Adina told him she doesn't want someone who would come into their lives and then walk away. She also reminded him that his parents would not approve of a single mother, and he was speechless, and she walked back inside. Now working at the same branch, Adil dropped messages for Adina during work hours and also passed her notes expressing how much he adores her. Off work, they hung out more and Adil got to know Adina better like he wanted. One night, Adina told Adil that she cannot do forever with him because she cannot make him choose between her and his family. Since his mom has a negative stance on her situation as a single mom, their conversation did not end well. Next, we see Adil's mom and aunt outside Adina's home. They were both so excited and admired Adina's beauty when she came outside. They let themselves in and asked to see Jaden. Adina was surprised when Adil's mom told her son to call her grandma. Like, what's happening here? Adil walks in and with his face tells Adina to relax. She asked to speak with him privately, and Adil explained that he told his mom she had a son for him, but he didn't expect them to come all the way to Ibadan to see them. Adil's mom invited them over and held a welcome party. Adina had a conversation with Adil's father and he found out she preferred advertising, and he convinced her to let him make a few calls so she would do something she loves. He said life is too short to spend time doing something you would rather not. During the weekend, Adil's mom turned 55 and they threw a party to celebrate. At the party, Adil planned with his brother to create a distraction, after which he knelt down and proposed to Adina. And she said yes. And immediately she recognized a young man who just walked in. She managed to keep her cool, and the loud-mouthed guy, who is Adil's aunt's son, turned out to be the father of Jaden. He made jest of Adina at the table when she told her son to come with her to go find his dad, referring to Adil. Adil's mom and aunt asked why he was jesting, and he told everyone that Adina tried pinning a pregnancy on him some years back, and now she's saying it's Adil's child. Adina was speechless and in tears. Adil came out and she told him that she warned him about this. He asked what was going on, and his mom told him Adina had been lying to him that Jaden was actually his cousin's son, not knowing it was Adil's idea to say the child was his from the beginning. Adina cried all night. There was a family meeting the next morning. Adil's mom asked him if he was okay. He snubbed her and eventually told them she left. His mom's perspective of Adina and the entire situation had changed overnight, and it was all negativity. Adil's dad told him to explain everything from the beginning, and he told them Adina never wanted to be a part of any of this. He told them he chose to lie so she could be accepted. He told his mom he lied because of her and how she views single mothers, reminding her about what his aunt went through because she was a single mother. His mom claimed she would have still accepted her if she knew the truth. Everyone disagreed with their facial expressions. Amir took the chance and said that means he doesn't have to marry Lola, but his mom lashed at him for saying that. In between their argument and conversation, Amir saw that the video of the fight between Adil and Lade the previous night had gone viral. Next, we see that Adina is asked to stay off work for a while because of the video spreading about her. While returning home with her friend, Adina saw Adil standing outside. He tries to plead with her, but she said she cannot continue and told him it's over. Over drinks, Adil told Amir what happened with Adina, ending their relationship. He also told his brother that he's done chasing, that he's tired of everything. Jaden, who has missed Adil, picked his mom's phone and told Siri to call Adil. Adil's phone rang and he picked up, and Jaden asked him not to miss his Father's Day celebration at school. And he made Adil promise to be there. Jaden did so well at the school event, and even after Adil told Adina it wasn't a good idea for him to come, he still showed up and got Jaden a gift. This is clear proof he loved the boy. Adina was surprised to see him. She thanked him for coming and he asked to leave immediately. On his way out, Adil saw his family members at the playground with Adina's friend. He was like, "What's going on here?" Turns out they had planned with Adina to help him accept her back. They wore a white t-shirt that read, "Ask me again, you fool, to marry you." He turned to Adina in shock, and after a conversation, he accepted and they kissed, and it was happily ever after.